The Timmy Chang Show on ESPN Honolulu, KHI, and KHON2 is brought to you by Hawaii Pacific Health, HCAMP, Enjoy Snacks, HGEA, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, Ruby Tuesday, IBEW Local 1186, PVT Land Company, Popeyes, Castle Resorts and Hotels, and Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union.
Game time in Manoa. Touchdown, Hawaii! All right, welcome to Timmy Chang Show and Ruby Tuesday, Moanalua, everybody. How about a big hand for head coach Timmy Chang? All right. We have a lot to get through tonight. Special guests tonight. Receiver Jackson Harris is here. But a big hand for Jackson. And safety Matangi Thompson is here, everybody. And, of course, one of the best color analysts in the game. Mark Veneri's here. He has to be here. You can give him an applause. Yes, there you go. All right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bows are 4-2. How about that? Yeah. How's that feel? I know it would be better to be 6-0, but 4-2 sounds pretty good too.
Yeah, it's the same mindset. I mean, we're right in the middle of the smackdown, right in the middle of the schedule, and so for us, it's business and right back to it, and just coming off of a bye week and some preparation, a lot of preparation for this next coming game, and you know we're set and we got our mind set on this one.
The last time we were here, it preceded Fresno State. Let's do a quick recap real quick. And what a game that turned out to be. Hawaii's 4-game win streak was snapped in a close 23-21 game at the TC Ching Complex. The defense recorded a season-high 8 tackles for loss, a safety for the first time since 2019, and the Bows' season defensive the Bows also had a touchdown on defense, and that was by Jemai Otis, who returned it 37 yards for a touchdown. Turnovers, however, Coach, and this one kind of killed the Bows. 3 interceptions, including a pick 6 and a fumble lost. It was tough to be able to play well at times, but turnovers are going to kill you.
Yeah, anytime you make mistakes against a good team like Fresno State, you don't come up with a victory. So it was back to the drawing board for us, and you know, I thought the defense played really well. You know, we pinned them down in special teams. You know, we ended up getting a safety. We ended up getting a turnover for a touchdown. And so, I thought we did well. It wasn't a game where we played complete, and you know, you come out with a 2-point loss.
Yeah, still at the very end, you had a chance to pull it out, even with the turnovers and with losing the turnover battle. You still had a shot.
Yeah, we still had a shot. You know, 2-point conversion come down to the end. 2-minute drive, we get in the end zone. But you look at the game completely and overall, it just doesn't come down to the 2-point conversion. You know, in there's plays to be made, and we didn't make enough of them, and that's what really the difference is. And so, you know, you lose to a good opponent, and you know, you gotta quickly respond. And
they're turning out to be a pretty decent football team that's kind of finding themselves here in the season. The Bows then went on to the road the following week, and it was a good one there too, a place Hawaii hasn't been since 2016. The Air Force Academy proved to be a pretty legit opponent.
Yeah, I thought anytime you go on the road, especially against an academy type of team, Air Force being in our conference, they are tough. You know, Coach Troy Calhoun, I really admire. I just been in the conference a long time and had battles with him, and we had battles with him in Nevada. Now we have battles here, and he something about his team, just the discipline that they have, you know, just the effort, always physical, those type of games. You know, I thought our boys did a great job of responding.
Yeah, quarterback Mike Alejado had 200-plus yards passing, and for the second time in 6 games, the Bows scored on the first possession. Cam Barfield scored his first career rushing touchdown, a 27-yarder. Everybody kind of contributed.
Yeah, I love the way we responded in that game. I love the discipline that our guys have. We knew what type of game it was going to be, and the challenge and what type of challenge it was going to be. The guys did a great job of just, we talked about the Fresno loss, losing by 2. They didn't sulk. What the guys did was they went back to work, and the coaches went back to work, and really it was all about our mindset, and it's just kind of what I love about it is just carrying over into a week like this in a big Utah State week that we just got to be ready to roll.
We talked about turnovers against Fresno. After entering the game with a nation-leading 12 turnovers committed, UH had its second turnover-free game this season against the Falcons. 535 yards in total offense was a season high and third highest under your era. You guys did an amazing job.
Well, I look at the errors that we didn't make. You talk about Fresno State making a bunch of errors and penalties as well. And in what we did against Air Force, I believe it was 4 penalties and no turnovers, and that I believe is the difference in the game.
Yeah, triple option. We all know that that's difficult to defend. I know that the coaches were talking about you're not going to stop them, but you have to slow them down. I think you guys did a pretty decent job there, at least in the beginning. Your thoughts on the defense and what it took to be able to pull this one out, because it was kind of back and forth for a little while.
What a challenge that they had. You got to stop something that's really outside the box in option football, and then what the wrinkles that they've added on with the passing game. They're not going to throw the ball as much as we are, but geez, when you add the option and the pass on top of that, I thought they had a big challenge in front of them, and I thought we did a really good job. I thought one of the clips here, the first clips was a fourth down stop. I thought this pick by Matangi right here was huge. Yep. And those things are the difference in the game. They fought. I love the way they responded. And together as a team, I love the way that our guys are just kind of playing off of each other, right? They were able to move the ball, but our offense was also able to move the ball, and so we're playing off of each other, and so we can if we can put a complete game together, offense, defense, special teams. That's the goal, and that's what we foresee here.
We're hoping it's happening this week. When we come back, we're going to talk about some individual performances. We're also going to talk a little bit more about Air Force and how the Bows' first bye week came at a really good time. But you can go ahead and text in your questions for Coach, 808-296-1420. We'll take our first break. This is the Timmy Chang Show.
is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
All right, welcome back to Ruby Tuesday Moanalua for the Timmy Chang Show. Yes, the win at Air Force produced a couple of awards this week, or last week, I should say. Quarterback Mike Alejado was named Freshman and Offensive Player of the Week by the Mountain West Conference for the second time. He did a fantastic job, I thought. And so let's talk about him real quick, because he looked more mobile than, of course, we saw him the prior game. Is he back to where he needs to be?
You know, Micah is special. He took a hard injury in that Stanford game, tried to play at Air Force. Arizona wasn't able to play, Sam Houston, Portland State. Comes back, wants to have a good showing against Fresno. From there, what people don't see is the kind of leader he is and the accountability he took, right in the locker room after the game. And that's what makes him special. And so he has a week of practice where he's fine-tuning himself, and then he goes out there and performs the way he does. Yeah. And so, it's for him, it's business. You know what I mean? And for all of us, it is. And he's just in that mindset of just wanting to get better, and that's the kind of practices he has, and the days in and days out, taking notes. Just left them, and we got our game plan together, ready to roll.
We're getting kind of spoiled because for the second time in his career, he's got 400 yards up plus passing with 457. He was 35 of 47 against Air Force, 3 touchdowns. QB1 is the first quarterback in program history to throw for 450-plus yards twice in his first 5 career starts. Colt Brennan had 2 450-plus games in his first 6 starts. And Alejado's 463 yards of total offense is the most by an FBS player so far this season. Yeah. We're spoiled. We're getting spoiled, I think.
No, that's not.
If he can keep that coming, we're in good shape.
Yes. Let's not get spoiled. He has a workman mentality. We want to keep him right there. He's a guy like the other quarterbacks in the room, but he's the guy that they look to lead. And how he goes, we go, and he needs to do all the things right. And so, we'll pat him back. We'll pat him on the back after the season. But for us, it's next game up, and we got to keep it rolling.
Let's talk about this guy real quick. Kansei Matsuzawa. He hit 2 field goals against Fresno, including a season-long 52-yarder. He also hit a 40-yarder in that game. 13 straight field goals, tied a school record set by Rigoberto Sanchez, who hit all 13 of his attempts in 2016. He then followed that up with 3 more at Air Force, a new UH record of 16 straight field goals made to start the season, dating back to last season. Matsuzawa has made 17 field goals straight now, and that's the second longest streak in school history. We said Colt Brennan a moment ago. Now let's say Jason Elam, because Jason Elam is the only guy above Kansei with 20 straight field goals made. Those are pretty good names to be in company with. Kansei's doing his job.
He is, and he's not doing it alone, right? He's getting put in a position to succeed. The operations from snapper to holder are there, and then the guys up front are just protecting. I mean, even to the last kick that he made, going down in that fourth quarter, and having to do that, and the operations of those guys having to block for him, and him putting it through and having the confidence to put it through in there. Really special. So Kansei's doing a great job, and very happy for him and proud of him.
Yeah, he's definitely becoming money, that's for sure, or has been money. And in fact, his trio in Colorado State also earned him Mountain West Conference Special Teams Player of the Week for the 3rd time in 6 games.
Well,
yes,
that's really good.
Which, by the way, can you believe we're halfway through the season?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. It goes fast. Yeah. It does. It just seems like a little while ago we're just getting together the guys. We're checking them into the dorms in January.
I know,
we're recruiting, and we're talking about 8 months later. We're starting seasons, and 6 weeks in, we're already on our 7th game. And so. It does go fast, and so there's got to be some perspective of enjoying it, but at the same time, our mindset is laser focused on Utah State and on what we have to do to go out there and perform and do our job.
Let's talk more personnel real quick. In fact, last week, the status of Pofele Ashlock. He had gone in, made a really nice catch over the middle against Air Force. It looked as though he hit his head. He went straight into the locker room. Can you give us an update on him? We understood that he had concussion protocol. He's had 2 weeks now. What's his status?
Yeah, he looks good. He's practiced, in individual and those type of things. He's gonna be ready to go Saturday. Big playmaker.
Even that catch was unreal. I mean, for him to protect the football, not let it touch the ground. I mean, he hit his head in the process, but he caught it.
Yes, yeah, and he's one of our playmakers, and we hope that he's there Saturday. But he'll, just kind of knowing him and the process he's been going through, he'll be available, ready to go.
Dejon Benton, a guy that did not play against Air Force, but one of the best pass rushers, I would say, probably in the country. He was not in the game as well. Can you give us an update on Dejon?
Yeah, Dejon will be ready to go. He's had some good practices, 2 to be exact, Tuesday and Wednesday, and he'll be ready to go and fired up to go against the Aggies.
Did the bye week come at a good time? You get a lot of guys healthy again. Yes.
Bye weeks do help.
Yeah.
If we're doing what we're supposed to do, and that's being focused and locked in, it does pull back on the body and getting the body recovered, getting it stronger. They get to focus on some of the details on off the field, right? Academics, things that are happening at home, getting their simple things like getting their clothes washed. I mean, the taxing, the student athlete, the time management that it requires for them to go and be at their best. I mean, it's a lot, and so these guys are. The bye week does help, and I believe we get 2 more.
Okay, Nick Cynical. He's the last guy I want to talk about because he had been out for a couple of weeks. Do we get Nick back?
Yes, we get Nick back. Yep, and he's ready to go. Don't know when this video was from, but it looks like it was from Tuesday.
Yeah, I believe it was Tuesday. Tuesday practice.
Yeah, he's ready to go. He's moving well, and excited to have him back. And so, guys like Jackson Harris, guys like Brandon White, Pofele, these guys are, they're, we got a good core of guys. Tama Uliata, Blaze, Kamoku. They are adding value to what we're doing. Carson Papunu, as well as our running backs. And so we're starting to get healthy on offense.
Jackson Harris's 74-yard touchdown to me was a fabulous highlight. But I want to show this real quick because Brandon White did something that amazed all of the broadcasters, the TV broadcasters. My brother was yelling, whoop! But this catch and then his juke right there on that guy was just fun. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, they're talented, man. I mean, they're talented, and so the more continuity. He's a guy that just got here in January. And the more game experience he gets, just like Jackson, the more game experience they get, the more confidence it builds in them. They start, week by week, they're starting on the same page, and during the season, I mean, it's 12 opponents. And so within those 12 opponents, the possibility of 12 different schemes, I mean, there's some overlapping in some of the things that guys do, but, their knowledge and understanding of football just goes way up. And that's kind of where Nicholas and Pofele and Carson Papuna are at.
When we come back, the other half of the Brother Broadcast team is back up here on ESPN Honolulu. It's Mark Veneri with Jackson Harris when the Timmy Chang Show continues.
This is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
Welcome back to the Timmy Chang Show. Our first guest spent his first 2 seasons playing for Stanford, but now the transfer has been on fire for the Bows. A 4-star recruit out of Berkeley, California, who was a 3-sport star, and last weekend against the Falcons was targeted 9 times, caught 7 passes for 144 yards and 2 very important touchdowns. Please help me welcome Jackson Harris. Jackson, first time you said that you've been on kind of like this stage.
Yeah.
You nervous?
Nah, I'm not nervous. I mean, shoot.
The leg's shaking a little bit.
Nah, I'm
just joking. Anyways, you made some big catches against Air Force, including the opening touchdown, a 6-yard touchdown pass started off. How was that?
It was great. It just felt great to be back out there after, getting injured, Sam Houston, and just being out for those couple weeks. It felt great to get back out there making plays and connecting with Micah and just doing what I do.
How'd you feel up there? I know elevation, plays a role. Everybody talks about it being 6,600 feet. I know John has a video of me walking from the field all the way up to the stairs, which took me about 45 minutes, which was absolutely crazy. But did that play a role or any effect on you guys?
No, we talked about that all week, how we weren't going to let that affect us. We just, we executed at a high level, regardless of the elevation. You can't fake it. It was high elevation, of course, but you just got to get used to it a little bit. It was good though.
Jackson, you had a big game, and for you, expectations obviously are high. You hold yourself to a big standard, but in this offense that expects big things out of its receivers, how do you manage those expectations? I
can just say it's regular for us. I mean, we do it every day. We practice hard. We practice like it's a game every day, each practice. So when we go out there, it's just what we do. Like I said, and we just make plays. We're playmakers all throughout the room. It's regular for us.
You must enjoy catching that rock, though.
Of course.
What is your relationship like with QB1 and Mr. Micah Alejado? Obviously, coming as a transfer, getting that rapport with Micah, how's that been for you?
He's a guy, man. Like, he's just a professional through and through. And we all look to him, like Coach Chang said, for leadership, not just in the QB room, the whole team. He's just a model leader, like I said, and we ride for him, and we trust him. The whole team trusts him, and I trust him, and I know he's gonna make plays for us.
For you and Micah, building that relationship, it takes a while to get that relationship going. Mm-hmm. But when you got here, you mentioned him being kind of like that dog, that leader.
Yeah.
Did you see that immediately out of him when you got here?
Yeah, I mean, just being in the huddle with him for the first time, I mean, he's just so locked in, and he just driving the bus, man. He's just in his element when he's out there. And like I said, we ride behind him through everything.
Everyone talks about the University of Hawaii having great quarterbacks. There's great receivers. There's guys like Chad Owens. There's guys like Ashley Lee. Is that something you aspire to be here for this university?
Yeah.
One of the better receivers that come out of the University of Hawaii?
Yeah, I just want to be a master of my craft. Just master all my performance goals. We talk about it all the time. Just, being great at simple, and just making plays. Like, you can't worry about down the line if you're not practicing well, if you're not performing well. You got to just take it day by day, game by game. So, that is my goal. But I'm just staying in the present right now.
And we've also heard that, obviously with great receivers, there's role players too, and there's a core room in there, in that receiver room. And I was talking to Jared Ursula about this. Mm-hmm. He said that you guys are super tight. And how do you all manage to celebrate each other's successes? Obviously, Micah can only throw the ball to so many different guys, but
right.
It seems like that you guys all get along and you guys all celebrate each other's successes.
Yeah, I mean, there's no selfishness in the room whatsoever, and we know like that. There can't be selfishness if you want to succeed, and we just want to see each other succeed, and whoever's making the play, we're happy for them, and we all gotta do our job so that the next man can make the play, whoever it may be that game.
Who's kind of walked you through this? When you took your visit here or whatever, and you got here, who was the guy in the receiver room that said, "Hey, you got to be here, man"? If you can recall.
You're talking about my first visit?
Yes.
I actually visited with Tariq Jones and Verdell Edwards, so I wasn't with a receiver. But I mean, my roommate's been Nick since January, Nick Senecal, and he just been a guy I can lean on, talk to about everything, just learning the offense and just settling into Hawaii, because he's been here for a while. So that's my guy, and yeah, that's what I'll say.
And now for you, I know that you've caught some tough passes, and unfortunately one touchdown was called back. But for you, can you take us through that 70-yard touchdown with 5:06 left to play in the game and just taking it to the house on a streak route? I know what the call is. I can't say that because I actually study the offense quite a bit. But Can you walk us through that touchdown pass?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we pretty much called the same play to Brandon White the play before on second down, and it didn't hit. So coach called me out there, called the same play. I knew what it was, 3rd and 9 we needed to play. And Micah did a great job of holding the safety here, and I allowed me to take the inside release and just put it on me, and then foot race from there. Can't catch him.
He can't catch you.
Nah.
There's no way, right? For you, I think one of the cool things is that, you transferred from Stanford, but I guess everyone wants to know, because you're one of the top dogs in terms of the receiver room, why did you transfer to Hawaii, and how did it feel to score against your former team and, playing against the Cardinal and beating them? But for you, how did you get here to Hawaii?
I just kind of was walking by faith when I got in the portal. I just wanted opportunity. I just, in this age of NIL, obviously all these guys want all this money. I just wanted to play. And when I got on the phone with Coach Ursua, it was just different. And when I got out here, it was just a little different, and just learning about their philosophy on offense, I could just visualize the opportunities I would get getting on the field. And yeah, scoring against my old team, it's good for bragging rights against my boys. I still talk to them, but it's nothing personal. I still love those guys, and it was all love, and it was a great time being out there.
And who's listening at home, who will watch this rebroadcast, I think he brought up a great point in Jackson in saying, in the day and age of the NIL money and in the day and age of the portal, he just wanted to play football. I mean, can we get a hand for that? Because we don't really get that with kids nowadays. There's people going in and out and there's expectations, but to have that and just wanting to play the game that you love, talk us through that.
I hadn't really played much football since high school, going through those 2 seasons. It was tough, but I just, kept getting better for myself and just, working on myself mentally, physically, all that. I don't regret my decision or anything, going to my previous school, because, I still learned, still got better, and it allowed me to be in the position I am today.
What's it been like learning from your head man right there?
It's great. It's great being a master of coverage now. It just slows the game down. Like being out there, it's just like I'm seeing it from a different perspective, like a quarterback's perspective, just understanding coverage. And like I said, it slows the game down and just makes everything easier. And it's way more fun that way.
For you, Jackson, I think one of the key things is that you can kind of see that progression as you're going, and this was kind of your breakout game against Air Force.
Sure.
Did things just kind of slow down for you in that game where you were able to be like, hey, I know what I'm doing, I know what they're doing, you can't stop me, and here we go? You don't really realize it when you're out there. You're not really thinking. You're just going play by play, next play mentality, and you look up and you got a big game on your hands. But like I said, I wasn't really thinking about it till the end of the game. I just wanted to win so bad. I know this team hasn't won on the road in a minute, and obviously I wasn't a part of that these past 2 seasons. But I feel like I have been just being around the guys, and it was great energy up there, and I could just feel it. I could just feel the relief and just feel how happy everybody was. Everybody, Jackson Harris, big round of applause for this guy. Best of luck against the Aggies, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jackson Harris. We'll be back with John and Matangi. This is the Timmy Chang Show. Thank you.
This is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
All right, welcome back to the Timmy Chang Show. Our next guest was one of the first players to sign coming out of Punahou High School for Coach Graham at UH. Now a junior, he just started his second game and recorded 4 tackles and his first interception as a Rainbow against Air Force. This season, he has 11 total tackles. 8 of those are solo. Please help me welcome Eli Hunter Matangi Thompson. Oh, you like that? I did the whole name. Huh? You like that?
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. I've known this guy since he was a little, I want to say, what is Pop Water? Midget? Pee-wees? What is that?
Mighty Mites, I think.
Man, yes, when your dad was coaching. By the way, want to send a big shout-out to Afatia Thompson, former Rainbow running back right here in the corner with his parents, Thompsons. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. All right, let's dive into this. How did it feel on the road to get the start against Air Force? That's a tough place to play at altitude. How'd it feel?
Oh man, it was a crazy experience. It was exciting. My first start in an away game, and against a physical team like Air Force. We knew we were in for a tough physical game, and it was just exciting to see that kind of physicality and that kind of speed.
Yeah, at their place. That's like I said, it's a tough place to play.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to ask you about this because you had a touchdown-saving tackle, and it came on this coming play right here, and you actually ran that guy down. You ran that guy down on the sideline. Take a look at this. It was a nice pass. It was a big gain. It's unfortunate that they were able to pick that up, but you ran him down. How'd that feel?
True. I'm just glad I caught him. Probably would have got roasted by all my coaches and teammates if I didn't catch him, and I'm just glad I could prevent them from getting a touchdown. Live to fight another down.
Would Dad have roasted you?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
On my interception, actually, he was roasting me because I got caught by the tight end.
You did. Let's show that right now too. That you had your first pick, and it was a big. This was a big pick because it turned things around. That there was a good amount of pressure on the quarterback that got to him as he was throwing it. But how did that feel?
I just want to shout out Luther McCoy for getting that pressure on the QB, allowing him to throw kind of a bad pass, and it was an easy catch for me. So,
man, had you not caught that, you would have really been roasted.
Oh yeah, would have never heard the end of it.
Yeah, so this really did set the team off a little bit because it felt like Air Force was gaining momentum, and you were able to stop that, and then it led to you guys moving down the field, and it didn't have to go very far. So it was really nice. Congratulations on your first pick. I know that felt good.
Yes, sir. I just want to thank God for allowing me to be out on that field, get my first career interception, allow me to be healthy, and just be out there with my brothers.
You played at Punahou High School. You started off playing both ways, and you were recruited by UH. In fact, you are one of the very first or very few players that have actually played at Aloha Stadium. This new group of Rainbow Warriors hasn't even touched Aloha Stadium. They don't know what it's like. What was it like playing for Punahou? Just like your dad.
It was special to play at my dad's alma mater, and wear the same number as him. And just carry on that family name at the school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. At what point did you move to defense?
After my sophomore year, going into my junior year, there was really a need for a cornerback position, so I made the switch to over there, and that's what really started my journey on the defensive side.
You played both ways in Pop Warner, and we have some video courtesy of your father, who actually is courtesy of me because I used to shoot all the games. My son and Matangi played Pop Warner together for Kapahulu Raiders, and he was a really good running back, you guys. In fact, at one point, the Kapahulu Raiders went to the Super Bowl in Orlando and took third. I want to say took third place, something like that. But you were a really good running. Do you miss running the football like that? You had a chance with the pick. You got caught. But what about running the ball?
I would say yes. I do miss it at times. Like watching these highlights.
Right?
It's a good throwback.
So your dad and I were talking about how it brought back a ton of memories. And he even stuck the arrow on you a couple times. But running away from guys here, That was nice. You didn't catch a lot of cracks back then for doing that because you were doing some good.
Yeah, I was actually scoring and making touchdowns.
Do you like where you're at now, though, playing safety?
Yes, sir. I feel like that's my calling in this sport. That's my spot, and I've grown to love it. And like I want to get better, keep getting better at my position.
There are a few of us former players that are getting old. Your dad now is getting to that point where a lot of people are kind of forgetting that he played. And it's time to remind them that he did play. So let's go ahead and show some of Dad's highlights. This is Dad off of Tia Thompson at Punahou running the football. And he's kind of trucking guys. He's high-stepping. Like, what's going on there? Did he show you these highlights when you were playing running back?
Oh, yeah. I would watch them all the time.
The fact, though, that you kind of followed in his footsteps, that's kind of a big deal, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I'm just
it's
crazy. It's crazy watching these highlights right now,
right?
Of him in college, and
he was a bull, bro. He was a bull. I mean, no doubt about it. I mean, that team needed him back then.
That's awesome. Yeah.
He doesn't know what to say. I love it. Okay, let's talk about this because you do have a big family.
Yes, sir.
And it's nice that you guys are also very close. That everybody supports each other. They're there at every game. They're here tonight.
Oh, yeah. My family, they're my biggest supporters. Couldn't do it without them. And I'm just thankful for all they do for me, all the love they have for me. And they always got my back no matter what.
There is something about the Thompson family. For those of you that don't know, you also work in the family business. It's Tihati Productions. What's that like?
In the off season, that's when I usually work, and that's when I can, get back with my Tiati family, and it really it keeps me in shape during the off season.
You got to be in shape to wear no shirt up on the stage dancing. Got it.
Yeah, I'm just thankful that God has blessed us to be able to keep the company going for all these years, and that my dad, he runs a company now, and just thankful for God allowing us to just keep it going.
He was an unbelievable fire knife dancer. It's hard because you're following in his footsteps in a lot of ways, but you're also trying to grow your own, make your own path too. Yes.
Yep. Sorry.
No. I would like to know about how you're doing that.
Right now, my focus is on football. In the off season, I focus on football, and then I go to dance at the same time. But just being able to be on that stage with my Tiati family, like I said, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Where do you see yourself? Where would you like to go with this football career, or where do you see yourself in 5 years? Is it with the family business? Is it on the football field?
My dream is to go NFL first. So that's where all my focus is right now. And then if not, we'll see what God has in store for me.
He's had a good start, folks. How about a big hand for Matangi Thompson? We hope that he continues it, and good luck this week against Utah State. It's a team that does a lot both through the air and on the ground, so we're expecting for you to step up and help your brothers out a lot this week.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.
I'm so glad he's calling me sir and not uncle. He does call me uncle a lot. How about a big hand for Matangi Thompson, everybody?
Thank you, guys.
Coming up next, we're going to talk Utah State with Coach Timmy Chang. My brother Mark will join us. This is the Timmy Chang Show.
This is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
All right, welcome back to Moanalua, Ruby Tuesday, Moanalua, the home of the Timmy Chang Show, and it's time now to bring my broadcast partner back up, and of course, Coach Timmy. Utah State coming to town this week. They've done a pretty good, decent job. Their only 2 losses have been against ranked football teams, Vanderbilt and Texas A&M, to start the season. They've won the last 8 meetings in this series, 6 of which by 20-plus points, including last season's 55-10 victory in Logan, Utah. This is a tough opponent.
Of course, you know they're coached well. They're coming off momentum of beating us last year, and again they're coached well, and they got athletes on that side of the ball. They play really good football. Offense moves the ball. Defense does a great job. This is the 4th time we're seeing Coach Howell as the defensive coordinator, and so in all 3 phases they're really good, talented.
You know, Coach, their only losses have come against ranked teams, Texas A&M, and they put 35 in a loss to 18th ranked Vanderbilt. Does anything concern you out there about, obviously a well-coached team, but anything concern you about this football team? Yeah,
a lot concerns us about an opponent, and so we've got to study them. We've got to understand them, what they're trying to do, offense, defense, and special teams, and then we got to go take advantage and execute.
They can, obviously, by putting up that many points, they can score. They put up 48 in their last win against McNeese. They also beat Air Force 49-30. So they can score. Their offense looks a little similar to what we do. Is that, am I correct about that, or are they just running a good play action?
They got a great quarterback. I think it starts with him. Their run game is there. Their offensive line protects, and then they, schematically, they're able to get the ball to their skill guys. And so this is a familiar offensive coordinator that's been in the system. And in fact, he was Chevan Cordero's offensive coordinator at San Jose State, and so we're playing another familiar coordinator and a guy that's that we've seen schematic wise. So there's a lot of things that are comparable to what we are about to face. But they're great athletes as well. And so, it really starts with Coach Bronco. He does a great job of getting his guys to play and understanding what type of ball they want to play. And so for us, it's understanding our ball and playing and being very focused and in tune to what we have to do.
I know, Coach, last year turnovers played a big part of that downfall on the road. Not to mention it was 19 degrees. It was cold. It was freezing. But five turnovers last year. 55-10, I'm sure, like all of us, and I'm sure the boys too, they didn't forget that one on the road.
It was a tough situation for the guys. They're scratching on the door trying to get a win, to be in position to go and be bowl eligible for the last 2 games going in, and the guys were dialed in, and we didn't perform the way we needed to. As you said, 5 turnovers. The score is what it is. And so, it's a new year, and, we got to go out there and play.
Quarterback Bryson Barnes has over 1,100 yards passing. He's also got 6 rushing touchdowns. He's been in concussion protocol, but I'm being told that he will be back for this. He scored 2 touchdowns in a backup role against Hawaii last year in Logan. What do you know about Bryson Barnes? Because he did play a backup role last year.
Yeah, he was very successful against us last year. Watching him on film this year, he does a great job of distributing the football to his playmakers, as well as running the ball and using some of his versatility with his legs. So he's the guy that makes them go, and he's a good player.
There are a couple of texts on the text stream here, 808-296-1420, if you'd like to get in a question for Coach. Coach, the UH team responds to adversity better than it does success. How do we get to that point where we can carry over the mindset after a win to attack the next opponent like we have our back against the wall?
Yeah, I think through the 3 years it was all adversity. From where we started, taking over for Coach Graham, with a lot of guys leaving and a lot of starters leaving, and so it's just building. And so in the building process, there's a lot of adversity. So to our caller's point, there's a lot of adversity, and there's always going to be. So we just got to keep working and building and understanding that our mindset is the most important thing. And, it doesn't matter what our record is right now. It's the next mission. The next mission is Utah State.
Coach, I got a good one for you. It says, "Aloha, Coach Chang. Congratulations on an exciting first half of the season. Seems like we've had a great success winning with the combo-colored and all-white uniforms. Could we please continue wearing those and possibly adding green uniforms for next season?"
Ooh, that's a good aesthetics. We're talking aesthetics.
There you go.
But I mean, there is something to say about superstition, though.
There is superstition. That question's a little bit out of my pay grade, and so I answered to somebody else. And if they want to get us green and other cool colors, I know we'd love the rainbow color,
Like a throwback rainbow helmet
like
with
a
the rainbow on
throwback.
it, with the throwback, and yeah.
Yeah, the old war. There's a lot. There's a lot to go out there.
Your uniform's a throwback now too, for that matter.
Yeah,
That's the green.
yeah.
The green with was it the black helmet? No,
Yeah.
no, you had the green helmet.
They had the
Yeah.
forest green.
Yeah,
Hey, shout out to Rob DeMello because the black and the white for homecoming was his idea.
Really?
100%. I mean,
Shout out Rob DeMello.
Rob got
Are you talking about the black jersey, white helmet, white pants?
Yeah, and really his thought behind it was, we went all black.
Yeah.
Okay, we went all white, but kind of uniquely bringing everybody together from the past, from the future, now to the present. Hello,
Do we do that again? What are we doing this week?
again.
So love your pick.
We
You're the head coach. Can't you say white helmets,
Listen.
black jersey, white
Listen,
pants,
I answered
and shoes that fit?
I answer to a lot of people. Okay, at home I answer to somebody, and at work I answer.
Well,
to
you answer to
somebody.
her here too. She's
Yeah,
here too.
Yeah, I do. And so, what we need to focus on is Utah State. That's to me, that's our mission. Doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter what we're let's go. We're ready to roll. Another shout out to Matangi Thompson, my teammate here, and his son Matangi, and to the best entrance in college football because of the Tihati production.
Absolutely.
That
Yes.
thing is unreal.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
everybody around the country knows it.
Yeah, I mean it is awesome. And so I get chicken skin, and again we started like the caller said, right, about adversity and all that, right? I remember there was a time when we didn't like, we couldn't do anything at Clarence TC Ching. Now Clarence TC Ching is rocking.
Yeah.
And
It's a fun place.
and it really starts with the guys coming out, and Tihati Productions and the band and everybody and the upper campus, and now we got tailgating up there, and we couldn't do this, couldn't do that, but guess what? It's just it's work and it's work and it's work, and that's what Hawaii's built on, and I love everything about it.
Okay, I got another fun one for you, Coach.
Almost out of
seems
time.
like
Go
I
ahead.
get all the fun ones. Sherry and Timmy, have you guys figured out who's the better athlete yet?
Sure. Oh,
Because we saw that video posted on Instagram. You guys were going back and forth that you were the better athlete. Did we figure? She's laughing now. Did we figure that out, Coach?
Wow.
I mean,
You were being filmed. By the way.
I figured it out. I mean, I don't know if she figured it out yet, but I figured it out.
Okay,
That is a-
sorry.
that is
I
a
saw it on
great
Instagram
answer.
and I thought it was great.
All right, we're going to take another break. Thank you for those that texted in good texts. There haven't been some good texts over the course of this show, but those are pretty good. Thank you, Coach, for being so honest with your answers throughout the show. But we'll be right back to close things out. We got to get a basket to give away and much more when we come back on the Timmy Chang Show.
This is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
All right, welcome back for our final segment. Want to remind everybody that the TV broadcast of this show goes down Thursdays on K-High at 6 p.m. and this week on Friday at KHON at 10:30. And when this show airs, it's Happy Birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday, dear Tammy. Happy birthday to you, and many more.
Thank you, brother.
Blow it quick. Oh, there we go. All right.
To make a wish.
Yes, so Thursday is his birthday, folks. Yay.
Hey, thank you.
You'll get an early text. Thank you, Rick, for the cake.
Rick, thank you.
Appreciate it. Rick's
Thank
always taking care of us.
Thank you, brother.
We got one more thing to give away. It's the Enjoy Snacks basket, and I've got the bow out because I was told to do so. And you're going to pick the name?
Yeah, here we go.
Okay. By the way, I have a nice picture of your teacher that got the last one.
Yeah.
Okay. Janet Yoshida. Woohoo! Just raise your hand. We'll come give it to you after. Okay. All right. Okay, Coach. It's Keiki night. Real quick. We'll finish this off. Keiki night and 6 o'clock kickoff. Your final thought. You said TC Ching goes off. It does. I would recommend coming out to a game. Your final thought.
Yeah, and where we are so grateful to be home and playing in front of our fans against a great opponent. Mm-hmm. It's going to be exciting. I mean, it is fun. It is a great atmosphere. Keiki night. Get your keiki there. Be loud, especially on third down, and get into the game. And even for the viewers at home, because I love that the whole state gets to watch it, and they get to enjoy their football team. And these guys put on for you guys, and they're working hard. And so, business as usual. But we look forward to playing on Saturday for everybody.
How about another big hand for Coach Timmy Chang, for Matangi Thompson, and for Jackson Harris, and we wish you guys good luck. We also want to thank everybody that you see down here on the screen. Can't make this happen without everybody here. And, of course, all the folks that are listening, make sure you tune in. 6 o'clock K-High on Thursday, 10:30 on KHON. And we all say,
Go Bulls, baby.